A conman, now jailed until summer 2020, took advantage of a single mum's generosity with a web of lies and false promises, leaving her family homeless.
Sad and desperate times last summer, I signed up to a dating app, and I had the misfortune of getting talking to Mr. Paul Crouch via this app.
Crouch claimed to be in need of a place to stay temporarily after an accident meant his mobility was seriously affected.
I said, after we'd been talking for a while, that he's more than welcome to hang out at my previous address because everything was downstairs, my bedroom, kitchen, living room, bathroom, so it was easy accessible for someone with an ankle injury. So with that, he came into our lives at my house and didn't leave. From there, we got on really well. It wasn't mad sparks of emotion or love or anything like that. We got on well. So he got on with the kids liked him, I liked him. There was a lot in common: music taste, interest in tattoos, horror, things like that. So there was a medium ground, and at first it was nice. It was nice having someone else around. He said he worked for Microsoft, more importantly Xbox, so he was on the Xbox a lot, so it was work. And then at the time I was working 2 different jobs, mostly evenings, bar work, very sociable, busy jobs. So I'm around loads of different people. It seemed that he didn't like that. Offered me this PA position to be his PA. I saw emails from Microsoft, which turns out that he had a second account called Microsoft Admin or HR. Everything that he said was always backed up with evidence. He was having problems. He'd lost his bank card, but he was going to try and transfer money over. Showed me his bank account, like, this is how much money I've got in my bank account type thing. I'm like, right, yeah, that's fine. It's just, pay your way type thing. I'm supporting us with next to nothing. And then cracks started appearing. Things started going missing from the house, mostly in regards to my son's stuff. Mostly video games, little things here and there. He got very possessive. He would go onto my social media, into my emails, go through my phone, which I've got nothing to hide, but he's deleting friends, like old friends that I've known since I was a teenager. And then it got to a point, especially with stealing off my children, and all the lies started coming out, and I started finding other women, especially the lady before me and another lady who he was in court with for as well. Yeah, I saw red, and I finally got rid of him. But the consequence of that is that through the lies and originally believing him, gave up the tenancy to my previous property, which then I tried to stop, so we wouldn't have to move out, but I was too late, which as a consequence, my children and I were homeless for nearly 2 weeks until we got this property. That was the most eye-opening experience in my life, of trying to keep everything as normal as possible while hotel room hopping or couch hopping at friends' houses. But that's what made me angry, and that's what stopped me feeling vulnerable and weak, is because I had to finally step up and do something about it. And he preys on women that are vulnerable. I was lonely. That was my vulnerability, and then he saw my weakness are my children. I would do anything for my children, especially a chance at a good job to further my position and provide more for my kids. And he took advantage of that. You can see that he's well versed. He's been doing this for 12 years. I promise myself, my children, and to the other two women that I talk to, that I will be the last person. I will fight for me to be the last person that he does this to. Fraud is more than just money or possessions. It's mental health and emotional distress. I've definitely learned not to be so naive when it comes to people and taking people at face value. I'm a bit more wary around people, but I can't let one person out of the thousands of people I've met in my life kind of dictate how I'm going to see people in the future.
Charles Ray Palmer for That's TV.